as a coach, what you want to do when you get up 13 and you have about 4 possessions to put a foot on somebody's throat, that's what you want to do. I haven't seen the stats, but I think it's either three or 4 possessions. We had a chance to really separate the game. And we either had a bad turnover or missed a little shot in that lane. We had way too many of those. So from that standpoint, that's not about effort sometimes. You know, when you make bad plays, it leads to negative effort sometimes. But for the most part, you know, it wasn't real. The game didn't have a lot of flow to it. And when you play a team that plays a zone, that's what they do. They match up some. It causes you to. Sometimes our guys didn't know if they man or zone because they'll match up. They'll go through with a cut or something. It causes you to stand around a little bit, and we depended on the 3-point shot. You know, Cake made them. Q doesn't make them. If he makes a little bit more, then we really separate the game. But for the most part, you know, we beat them on the backboards, 10. And when we got stops and didn't turn it over, you know, that's the best way to beat that zone is beat it in transition. And we made enough plays doing that to give us a chance to win the game.
How much does it help when Anton steps up like he did tonight?
Well, like I say, I just told Anton's son, I didn't know that guy. I told his son, that was your daddy playing tonight. I know you hadn't seen that in a long time. He got 8 rebounds. It's been a long time since he got 8 rebounds. Making jump shots, you know, every shot he did miss shots. So, hey, we had 15 points from him. You know, that's huge. Because Justin, when he's touching it, they're doubling off of Junior. That's why Junior was open all night. I mean, every shot he took, he was wide open. But they were doubling. They weren't going to let Justin beat us. So Anton was able to step up because he wasn't getting doubled and made some plays, made some shots, made some difficult shots. So we need that every game. If we get something more out of some other guys like that you don't depend on some nights, that helps us for sure.
The game's sort of a delicate balance. I mean, I know it gives you confidence that you won, or look like they kind of lulled you into some bad habits. You talked about this bad possession turnover.
Well, you know, the bad habits was we had a lot of open, missed little shots. I'd have to check and see where they're at, but, you know, Junior went 0 for 9. You know, those are, you know, shoot 33% of them. And it wasn't just not being able to counter, it was being able to take Justin away a little bit and not making them pay a little bit. You know, the bad habits was, yeah, there was too many turnovers second half. You know, a lot of those turnovers came when we had the lead. I mean, had a good 10, 12-point lead. And again, put a foot on somebody. Don't make the high-risk plays. You know, we don't need to throw lobs from half court when you're up 13, 5 minutes to go. Unless he's just wide open. If you're going to throw it, make the play. So if he's open, you got to make the play then. If you don't, then there's a bad decision. We can't have those. I mean, those are, you know, you can't get out there and play loose. You know, it takes 2 or 3 possessions today's game to change total flow of the game. We've been on that side of it too many times.
Coach, I think you mentioned earlier this year that playing your bench is kind of like rolling dice. You're not sure what you're going to get. Do you think that you have a better grasp of what this team can bring night in, night out, and also how the bench has been playing lately?
Well, you know, there's probably a little bit more steadiness from that bench than there was a long time ago because y'all seen what that bench was forever with Damari and TJ. I mean, y'all know what we got there. You know, Ben's been Ben. You know, Ben tries every night. I like Ben's effort. Ben had great stats tonight. Ben's been better playing the zone. That helps him. Protects that rim a little bit. And, you know, Jabari's, you know, been up and down lately. Y'all know his deal. Been out for whatever he's out for a couple weeks. And need his energy. He gave us a couple points tonight, a couple rebounds. Ben was, what, 7 and 6. So those are good stats from those guys. If they can add to, it's a plus. We don't need them to take away, if that makes sense. And tonight it was all pluses from all of them.
You didn't know a lot about Rice earlier in the week.
Still don't know much about it except they won at Marshall. And they're playing well, and we'll get on film tonight and quick turnaround. These kind of games are, ain't going to be a whole lot of secrets. It's about effort and toughness. That's how you win this time of year. I mean, there ain't nothing we're going to see they ain't done. And we know they got a good guard. Now, the big cat's a really good player. They're really good. They play a difficult style. They're going to spread you out and shoot that thing. It's nothing we hadn't seen, son. It's about the ability to bring it this time of year. A team that can play at that magic, level of toughness and emotion and energy, or teams that win. I mean, you look around this time of year, though, and you see people get beat all the time. How they beat them? Well, that's that emotion and energy that you got to play with. I understood that Middle had a tough game tonight against someone. Who was that? Someone said they was down 19-2, 20-1, 20-1, and won by how many? Well, again, they're at home. That's the point I just made. You got to be able to bring it. Every possession this time of year, and it's tough. That'll be our challenge. Our challenge. We got these 5 seniors. We got to find a way to send them off the right way Saturday night. We know it's going to be a tough game.
You talk about bringing it in tonight, being able to put your foot on the throat. Have you seen any sort of signs that your guys can do that, or is it just a matter of whatever? They can?
I don't know if we've had a lot of games where we've really done that consistently. We were up, at halftime? 10? We let them cut it back second half, didn't we? UAB last game, we're up 13, cut it back to 7. It was up 12, cut it back to 7, spurred it back out. Night to cut it back to 5, spurred it back out. Well, you like to avoid those spurts. You don't want to be spurting back out. You don't want to keep spurting when you're ahead. That's what you really want to do. And that's about toughness and mentality. That's what that's about. And again, I've been talking about it all year long. That's what the great teams do. I mean, that's what they do. Is it easy always? It's not. These guys are human. And you look around college basketball, every night you watch teams get leads and blow them. You watch teams sometimes, how's this team playing with this team? Well, it's so much about the mental part of it this time of year. I mean, physically it's making shots and all that kind of stuff. Mentally, it's getting that engine ready to run. Hey, and as a player, you got to be able to do that every possession. Give me a question over here. I got a question. Give me a question. You ain't asked a question now. Mike was going to ask the one. You know that.
I was going to be my deadline.
What time's your deadline?
Another 15 minutes.
Oh, man, you're in good shape. Ask a question then.
All right. Well, you kind of talked about having that 2-point lead. Were there halftime adjustments, maybe tactically that you tried to come out in that second half?
Well, the adjustment probably may have backfired a little bit. Try to get the ball to Justin down low more. And what was happening? They doubled him. Then what was happening? A bunch of missed shots. Came out of there, maybe shot too much. There was too many open shots. And that probably wasn't the best thing. And getting it inside's good. But again, when guys, you got to give guys trust to take some shots. They've made some shots this year. At times, shot it better than others. I don't want to tell Junior not to shoot it because he's really wide open. But there comes a time sometimes you may have to turn one down. Turn one down and get something a little better. If you're going to drive it in that hole, like I told him, you drive in that hole, sometimes you just got to jump stop, show him that ball, and take that ball and go up through the chin. Get to the foul line. You can't keep driving going off of 1 foot and come away with nothing. And you got to change the way you do some things sometimes based on that game. But as I've said this all year long, Junior's a great kid. He tries. Everything he does, he's wide open. But the bottom line is, we'll take the W. Take the W. We'll move on and get ready for the next one.
Anything else?
Got it?